is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
This is awesome. Come on, Parlez-vous. We're going over to Paris. What's happening?
Hey, Tom, it's Adam from Paris. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Adam, yourself?
That's good. Long time no talk. I appreciate everything you've done for me and my family over the years. So,
well, we appreciate you grabbing a problem with us.
Yeah, sir. I've done gold reports and all the softwares and all your books and read it. Generational thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Good afternoon, folks. Tommy O'Brien, coming to you live from TFNN. We kick things off in quite a Monday. Continuing the run the markets had on Friday. Thursday, SpaceX goes public. We'll jump over to SpaceX. But these markets, folks, rejoicing over a deal that's going to be signed later in this week between the U.S. and Iran. But yeah, you kick things off in terms of the headlines. How about the best day since April? Oil sinking lower to about $80 a barrel. And we kick things off with an S&P up by 1.75% right now, up 132 points. We reach an all-time high today in the futures of 76.48, and on a daily basis. All right, let's jump to a weekly real quick because we got some volume, man. All right, you look at the volume we had last week on the bounce, and then on a daily basis right now. Okay, you're talking about 1.6 million contracts to kick off the week. Now, it's a short week. We got Juneteenth holiday coming up later in the week, so it'll be a short trading week. But then, NASDAQ 100. How about 3%, folks? Up 900 points, a nice even number. 30,856 right now. You dump over to the Dow, up 622 points. That's an all-time high in the Dow, 52,226. And the Russell, all-time high as well. Hits 3,000 for the first time ever in the futures. 29.89. The Russell up by 0.8%. The all-important crude. So crude. Right back to the lows of April, $80.98. The price of gas going down at the pump. We'll see if this not holds. Okay, but yeah, there could be some volatility coming down the line as the details still to be worked out. Israel attacking Hezbollah in Lebanon, potentially a problem. And the details, right? Devil's always in the details. They got to work out the details. But nonetheless, the market rejoicing crude at $80.97. As I talked about in the top of the market, top of the hour update there, yields are the one thing that really haven't abated, right? We've just been chopping around near lower price, higher yield. You have the 10-year right now, up by 5 ticks with the 10-year yield of 4.47. Okay, 4.47. So no real reprieve on lower yield. You jump over the dollar. The dollar was pushing 100. We've backed off a bit from that price point, but we're at 99.65. The dollar just off by 10 pennies on the session. And gold and metals rejoicing. Gold up by $104, up 2.5% right now, 43.43. And yeah, we were trading at 4,046 when that news first came out, the potential deal. So gold up by 2.5%, silver up by 3.2%. We jump back to gold. Take a look at the volume real quick. We got quite the acceleration on Thursday when the market originally started moving, right? Gold accelerates off the lows with 201,000 contracts. We do 133,000 on Friday. We're at 123,000 right now. Not exactly huge resounding volume. You jump over to silver, we have some volume, but look at this action, right? Friday, today, not the type of conviction you might want. Looking for a little bit more action in the metals. All right, we jump around to some equities. NVIDIA shares. Now, same deal. Look at the volume on NVIDIA. Now, we got an hour left to go in trading. You'll get some volume on the close, but NVIDIA shares up by 3.4%, but very little volume. 92.7 million shares so far is all you're looking at in NVIDIA shares. But boy, up by 3.4%. We take a look at the heat map. How's that for chip stocks, man? Micron, double digits, up by 11%. SanDisk up by 5.3%. Western Digital up by 15%. And the big dogs participating, as this is on a risk-on environment, folks. Period. End of sentence. Risk-on environment. And yeah, best day since April. As oil sinks, and yeah, they basically encapsulate those charts. Oil, one of the big drivers out there, but not yields. Okay, and it's Fed week. And we get a Fed meeting on Wednesday. Mr. Warsh. He's got his hands full, to say the least. And speaking of NVIDIA, yeah, how about a nice debt offering to kick off the week? The markets clamoring for capital. NVIDIA shares, as I mentioned, up by 3.3%. And yeah, they're coming to market with $25 billion. Received more than 3 times that amount in demand. You talk about equity, capital in this market, man. And yeah, look at these offerings. Amazon, $37 billion. We know Oracle's coming to the market for cash. Meta, Salesforce, Alphabet, and Abbott. Speaking of Salesforce, yeah, they buy AI customer service firm Fin for $3.6 billion. We jump over to Salesforce. CRM is their symbol. Man, look at this, right? This stock. Whew. Benoit trying to pivot, figure out what's going on, man. Down another 0.6% as the market rejoices with higher prices. Yeah, 164.90, man. And look at the volume. All right, be careful on that one. Salesforce. Give me 1 second, folks, jumping around. There we go. Okay, in terms of what else we have, yeah. So Israel, right? In terms of this deal, you know, the reports out there that, well, Trump had some comments this afternoon at the G7, okay? And Europe's trying to figure that out. But Israel and Hezbollah and in Lebanon, that's a situation that seems like it's just not going away right now. And yeah, Israel's alarmed because they probably can't keep attacking Hezbollah as they want to. And yeah, an Israeli strike over the weekend on Beirut in response to Hezbollah attacks. And no matter who's at fault as in fighting through the details, right? The real information there is that no matter what, the deal holding. Will be the part that we'll see if it, you know, a lot of variables to come into place with it not even signed yet. We have a memorandum of understanding, as it's put. And even the vice president, right, talking about that. A lot of the Iran deal details to figure out, but the U.S. has all the cards. And hey, maybe we do. But what else is the vice president going to say, right? That we don't have the cards? But today, folks, we got markets at records, and we got a VIX right now. Down 8.8%. Down $1.56 at 16.12 on the volatility index, man. Risk on. And yeah, let's jump up. Let's check out some of these chip and memory. Look at this SanDisk. Hits a new high today at $21.19. This thing was trading at $40 less than a year ago. You're at $2,100. Micron, new all-time highs today as well. Dell's up a good 4% right now. And how about Western Digital? WDC up 15%. How's that for a weekly? From $27 at the tariff lows of last April to $646, up 15%. All right, folks, stay tuned. We're coming right back. We got our man Steve Rhodes coming up. Author of Mastering Probability, host of The Trader's Edge. We'll come back with our man Steve. Stay tuned.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back, folks. We got the S&P's up 1.8%, NASDAQ up 3% right now. To talk about some of the market action, folks, we're going to jump over to our man, Steve Rhodes. Don't forget, folks, you can check out Steve's outstanding program, The Trader's Edge, live right here on Tiger TV, 11 a.m. every market day. And if you head on over to the front page at TFNN.com, right there on the front page, you'll see Mastering Probability, Steve's daily newsletter, folks. He's got updates in the morning, an update in the afternoon, weekends as well, folks. You gain access to a number of great webinars Steve's done over the years. It's $149 a month, and you get a 30-day money-back guarantee, folks, so there's nothing to risk. Check it out, because we got quite a market right now. Steve Rhodes, good afternoon.
Hey, Tommy, how are you today?
I'm doing fantastic, man. How's your Monday going?
Good. Now we've got to shift our gears from a sports standpoint to the World Cup.
Yeah, I know. Thank goodness we have the World Cup, because it is kind of, boy, you wake up. It's like a hangover from so much good sports, right? You wake up in between basketball and hockey, man. Oof. And now we have a lull. I know. But, yeah, we got the World Cup, totally.
We do, and there's some games on tonight, so I think I'll be taking part. So what I thought we'd do today is some of the stuff I've chatted about before. I talk about the oscillator and change line, and that is the green or red line that is on my screen right now. They're all green at this moment in time. And I've got the monthly time frame charts for all of the major U.S. indices up on our screen. Okay. Every major U.S. indices. So when you trade, what an oscillator and change line is, it's a difference between two things. In this case here, the 19 and 39 period exponential moving average of the advanced decline line. And when the line is green, market conditions are bullish. Every single one of these has a green line right now. Market conditions are bullish. When price is above a green oscillator and change line, it says we have a rising price oscillator above bullish. That is even more bullish than just a green oscillator and change line. The only time that becomes cautionary is when we have a topping pattern. And the only topping pattern on a monthly time frame that we have really right now is the Dow Transports. They've got a TD9 count top, but with the price above their green oscillator and change line, it's neutral. It's neutral to bullish. And so all the other indices do not have monthly tops. The point about that is, and I've done studies that have gone back since the 1800s for the Dow and all other kinds of markets. And when major tops form, there's a topping pattern in the daily, weekly, and monthly. So let me repeat that. When major tops form, there's a topping pattern in the daily, weekly, and monthly. There are no topping patterns on the monthly charts other than the Dow Transports out there. And the point of that is there is no major bear market that is on the horizon, according to my charts, according to my studies out there. The best bull markets, Tommy, are the ones when price is rising in all major currencies. So here is we're taking a look at the S&P, the NASDAQ, the semiconductors, the Dow, and the Dow transports. And here I'm showing, this is showing these instruments priced in dollars, euros, yen, Chinese yuan, pounds, and also priced in gold. So here we can see we've got major bull market going on, even on just a daily time frame. And what's helpful about this, Tommy, is sometimes you can wake up in the morning, you see the Dow's trading higher in U.S. dollars, but nobody knows what it's doing in the other currencies. Well, if it's trading lower in the other currencies, those folks are more likely sellers than they are buyers. And so here, if we take a look at the transports, the transports are doing horrible. They're trading lower on all currencies. So wanted to make sure that people were aware of that and take a look at how these things trade. We pay attention to this every morning. These are the weekly charts for the S&P 500, priced in euros, yen, pounds, and gold. You can see here everything is up at its highs. For the S&P 500. We haven't taken out the highs, but we're getting very close to. In the case of the S&P price in gold, it's still rallying, so it's still on the move higher. So directionally speaking, we've got everything pushing the markets higher. As you said, there's risk on. These charts show the S&P priced in U.S. dollars along the top portion of the screen, and then priced in euros along the bottom. When I show up this screen here, Tommy, I don't have my tools on here, so I can't share with you what this actually means. So when we flip down here and we take a look at the S&P, in this case here, I'm just looking at a price in euros and U.S. dollars. What we can see here is on a monthly time frame for the S&P, no topping pattern, either in dollars or in euros. If we take a look at the weekly time frame chart, the weekly time frame chart in dollars really doesn't have a topping pattern. We've got a TD9 count priced in euros, which may get negated this week. On the daily time frame, we've got a daily TD9 count top in euros, and we have the S&P, what's referred to as a Rhodes momentum indicator top. But notice on the daily time frames, really weekly and monthly, prices trading above the green oscillator and change line. So price should rally, price should go after those TD9 counts. If we take a look at the Dow, priced in euros, so that's the bottom panel of the screen out here. The daily time frame price in euros is going to negate any kind of topping pattern that would have been out there as of today. The same thing in dollars. The weekly time frame likely will negate a TD9 count top, and the monthly negated their TD9 count tops last month. The Dow in euros for its monthly time frame, Tommy, never had a topping pattern. Never had a topping pattern. So what we're seeing here in the markets is really explained by the charts. We don't have to sit here and try to figure out why or what fundamental issues are going on or what's going on with the war. We can just pay attention to these technical tools and these technical charts out here. If price started closing below the green oscillator and change line, it would tell us we've lost momentum. We'd expect or anticipate to be a market where you could easily see some retracements, but that's not where we're at just yet. Another thing that I like to look at are the equal-weighted ETFs. They provide usually the true intent of the market. This is the equal-weighted charts here for the Dow, and the monthly equal-weighted chart negated its TD9 count top last month. Again, we don't have any major top is going to require a topping pattern in the daily, weekly, and monthly. There is no monthly topping pattern. The equal weighted for the Dow, this is where it gets a little bit kind of dicey. And so I think we have markets that are going to remain a bit choppy here. The equal weighted chart for the weekly for the Dow is going to complete a TD9 count top this week. The daily no top. So the monthly no top, the daily no top, just the weekly. And I still respect any topping pattern for whatever time frame, because this may be just a counter trend move. In this case here, that's what I would likely call it, where the equal weight for the Dow would move back to about $43.75 out there. The message of the equal weighted ETF for the NDX 100, that's what we've got up here. Monthly time frame, no top. Weekly time frame does have a TD9.
But look at that monthly, man. Wow. Go ahead. That's
Go ahead. No top. The daily has a TD9 count top for the equal weight and the weekly. So we're not out of the woods, okay? Because the equal weights, they really do point the true direction. But if we are able to close above 162.19, those patterns get negated, and then we'll probably be in the all clear to move higher out there. We are in the New York Stock Exchange at a new all-time high today, but the advanced decline oscillator, and that's where the advanced decline line is not at a new all-time high. And that's where the advanced decline oscillator, that's that third panel, that's where that really comes to. So it's just a caution sign out there. Confirmation will be that we're at a new all-time high on the advanced decline line. Seasonally speaking, we are in a favorable seasonal cycle. That is the red diagonal line. That's when we come out of the sell in May cycle out there. If you look over here in the bottom right, you can see the months of June, July, and August. Now, they've performed over the last 98 years, so we're in a very favorable seasonal period out there. So that's my review of the markets. I'm not saying things are just going straight up. Okay, and because we have dance steps. We have goes up maybe 4 days, back 2 days, and so forth. But the most important thing for folks to understand, one, we're in a very favorable seasonal cycle. Markets are moving higher in all major currencies out there, and life is good.
Hey, you can't argue with those charts, Steve. And this is quite a market, man. We have a VIX. I was going to mention, you talk about the VIX all the time as well. Pretty remarkable.
Yes.
I know, guys, not remarkable with what the market's doing, but the VIX down by 9%, man, down $1.60 even. We were only at about 1760, 1770 on Friday, and we're still down almost 10%. Just kind of speaks to the strength in this market, man.
And no doubt, Tommy. And on Thursday, we had the spot VIX close lower by less than minus 10%. And when we get those signals, those are initiation to higher price, and that's what we've seen for the last 2 trading sessions.
Records, man. Records. Oof. And how about SpaceX, right? Oof. What are we at today? Quite a market, man. Steve, thanks so much for the conversation, the analysis. Folks, check it out. Mastering Probability, right on the front page at TFNN.com. Steve, we will look forward to the show tomorrow, man.
Thanks, Tommy. Take care.
Thanks so much. We'll come right back, folks.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tom O'Brien Show is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. ALPS Distributors, Inc.
Welcome back, folks. And yeah, interesting one over here from the Journal. Going to talk about, you talk about cyber attacks, right? Now, digital home devices, yeah. And I'll post this one in the Tiger's Den, okay? Because this one out here is a video. But if you check it out, folks, check it out. Because, man, it's pretty interesting how cyber attacks in terms of harnessing everybody's own products themselves. Whew. And yeah, I will post that one. Okay, let's talk a little yields. Mr. Warsh. So, Wednesday, we have a new Fed chair, man. And yeah, Mr. Warsh will be taking the helm, and we'll see how communication goes, because that's going to be one of the most interesting parts to hear in terms of what's going to happen. Now, he may not lay it out all on the first day, right? You don't want to shock and awe everybody if your plan is a little bit more substantial than the market may be up for accepting on day one, and it's just how anything would go. Not even nefarious, right? You want to lay out big change. If you don't have to lay it all down on day one, maybe he doesn't, but we'll find out. Now, no expectations for them to do anything with the rates, but we'll see what they have to say in terms of where they go forward and what they think and what his whole schedule is going to be in terms of press conferences. But we have an inflation problem. He's got his hands full, that's for sure. But yeah, in Warsh's view, the central bank has buried itself in its own communication. How about that? Communication. The attention will be on him. Will he submit a forecast for rate projections that he disdains? How much will he say he'd rather not hold, right? So we're going to find out. All right, in terms of cash, you want to hear about some cash, folks? The World Series of Poker is going on in Las Vegas right now. Okay, now, you're probably all familiar with the main event, right? That's the one that Moneymaker won, Fossil Man, etc. That's the main event, which is $10,000. I think it takes place somewhere around July 4th. Okay, it gets like 8,000, 9,000 people in there, right? $10,000 times 9,000 people is $90 million prize pool. But they have many tournaments that run up to the main event. They're all bracelet events. This one is event number 41, but it's worth noting. And it's worth noting because this is a $250,000 tournament. How's that for you, folks? $250,000 tournament. They get 56 people, okay? Entries, I should say. 56 entries. What happens is you can rebuy in these tournaments. So they'll have people that enter these tournaments, and then, of course, you bust, you rebuy. Now, there's 9 people left. Bryn Kenny, who's actually one of the leading money winners all time, is leading it. Adrian Mateos, great player in his own right. I mean, anybody entering a tournament like this is going to have some accolades, folks. Now, what you also have out here, though, is Mr. David Einhorn. Yeah, I'm sure you may be familiar with him. So he likes to dabble in a little bit of gambling and betting and poker, and he's sitting out there in third place right now. Right? You talk about some wealth, man. He just enjoys the game for the love of the game. He may even donate it to charity. I forget. But nonetheless, he's third in chips. You take a look at the chip count, and yeah, there's Mr. Einhorn at $13,400,000. Now, if you're looking for payouts, $4.3 million to the top. Well, folks, it sounds like a lot of money, and it is. But remember, you had to put up $250,000 to gain access to this tournament, and there were, what did I say, 56 entries? 56 entries, okay? And only 9 people get paid out, right? So 47 out of the 56 entries get nothing back. And even if you make 9th place, you only double your money. Okay, poker tournaments, folks, are very top-heavy. That's it. You don't play to cash. You play to make the top 1, 2, 3. They're very top-heavy tournaments. But yeah, that's going on in Vegas right now. And they're streaming some of these live tables on YouTube if you'd like to check them out. I'm not sure. I don't think this one's going just yet. I think this one kicks off at maybe, because it's Vegas time, right? It's barely 12:30 in Vegas right now in the afternoon. And poker players, they're not waking up. No, I have kid, but yeah, these tables, most of the time you're going to start at about 2 p.m. Pacific time maybe. Let's see. But no, you could have. Let's see. Yeah, nonetheless, how about that? $250,000. How's that for some pressure? And, you know, I've played some high-level poker, folks, in my time, okay? And what I say to people is that what's interesting is once you put the money in, right, it's just a game with chips. That's it. And so you see people now at that level of buy-in, okay, they are mathematical geniuses, most of them, that have solved almost poker for most time, but it's a game of adaptation to your opponents at that level, right? Who's adapting better if you're playing perfect poker, right? If you're playing a perfect version of solver type, non-exploitable poker, it's very difficult, but hey, you talk about everybody, it just becomes a card game. Everybody, there's been some wild bluffs in that tournament. There's been some wild meltdowns. We all have emotions. And just like when you're trading, okay, you know, one of the things that poker taught me was the mental battles that we all deal with when you're talking about wins, losses, okay, the version of going on tilt at a poker table. We all deal with it. We all deal with those emotions, okay? Hopefully you don't deal with going on tilt, but we all deal with those emotions, right? And I often say losing money feels worse than winning money feels good. And that battle alone as traders, right, and handling the losses, not getting over leveraged, okay, having stops, honoring those stops, because what can be so vicious, right, is that the mental battle of losses. We all can't stand losing money. And it's just in our own, you know, you don't want to lose anything. But yeah, so try not to go on tilt, folks. Easier said than done. Use your stops, honor that trading plan. And you know, when you get to those levels, some of what the players do at that tournament, folks, okay, and you got Phil Ivey in there as well. Bury the lead there. As you got Phil Ivey in there as well. Where'd my page go? Oh, did I close it? I may have closed it. Phil Ivey's in the final 9 as well. So how about that? There you go. All right, we got an S&P trailing into all-time highs right now. A little bit of selling coming into the closing bell, but all things considered, we're right back to where we were at 11 a.m. S&P's up by 1.7% right now. NASDAQ just hanging around at 3%, man. Look at this. Up 900 points. And yeah, those chip stocks. Whew. Can you get any brighter green, folks? Now, when you look at red, energy, not surprising. You got crude lower. You got Exxon off 3.7%, Chevron off 3.2%, ConocoPhillips off 3.5%. But boy, you look elsewhere. Healthcare under some pressure. Johnson & Johnson, Lilly, Merck off 3% right now. Some of the consumer staples, you know, you always get a little rotation. Anytime you get the growth stocks accelerating higher, you get a little bit of the stocks that are risk off pull back, right? When the tech stocks tank, they take some of that money and they put it into Walmart. Right? Well, that's not happening today, man. Not happening today. NVIDIA, $5.1 trillion. And hey, you got to talk about SpaceX, man. Momentum, up 14%, 183.43. We'll come right back, folks.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors. For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds for both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. ALPS Distributors, Inc.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter. A must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched The Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. And markets trailing off a bit from those record highs, but S&P is up by 1.7% right now. You have a NASDAQ 100 up by an even 3%, up 896 points, 30,850. You got the Dow at record prices up by 1.1% right now. And the Russell, records as well, up by 0.8%. You check back in on SpaceX, up 15.5%, 185.78. And yeah, if you are looking, folks, for single stock ETFs, Leverage got great. If you're looking for single stock ETFs, folks, Direction's got some great products, and these ETFs, they're coming to market quicker than usual. SpaceX, they've already got the single stock ETFs. So this is a 2 times of the daily performance of SpaceX. Okay, now, due to the potential limited availability, illiquidity, or higher cost of certain financial instruments, this is just really talking about that SpaceX is so volatile because it just went public. You're up by $25.82 today. For this ETF to achieve, right, the 200% of the daily performance of SpaceX, as they say, they may be unable to rebalance effectively or may be required to hold more cash or use less efficient instruments. Okay, and the fund may be unable to achieve exposure equal to 200%. Like, period of remarkable volatility. IPOs, leveraged single stock ETFs, 200% exposure, liftoff, LOFF. And that thing had a net asset value of $25 to kick off the session. How's that for some volatility, man? Yeah, you're up by what, 33%. Yeah, SpaceX is up 16%. So yeah, almost 33%. Talk about a market, baby. And Elon, my goodness. Now, SpaceX, they raised even more than $75 billion. So check it out. 85.7. Underwriters exercised the green shoe over allotment option. Gotta love it, man. Who knew? Yeah. Brokers, which include Goldman, Morgan Stanley, had the option to buy an additional 83.3 million shares. Why not? We'll take that. You better believe it, man. 85.7 billion. And that's their green shoe. The additional money raised in the SpaceX over allotment is bigger than almost all IPOs, right? The extra 10.7 billion, that's just like the afterthought. Man. And you have to wonder when they're going to need more capital. That's why I find myself wondering. Elon's got big plans, man. Big plans cost big money. All right, just ask Zuckerberg. Look at Meta. How's that for some volatility? From 575 to 601. Meta shares. Yeah, we had some volume the last couple weeks combined on the selling front, but today up by 4.5% in the VIX, man. VIX down by 9%, 1608 on the volatility index. That almost says it all, folks. Now, keep your eye on yields, okay? Because yields is the one thing that has given this market no reprieve. As in, we got a deal. You got crude pushing $80 a barrel, $81.40, down by $3.50. You had a lot of that priced in last week. On Thursday, you were as high as 93 when you ripped lower. All right, we're trading at 81.40 right now. But yields, no reprieve whatsoever, as we're approaching 4.5% right now. And we got a Fed meeting on Wednesday. And the market right now, folks, all but certain that Mr. Warsh is going to stay right where we are. 3.5 to 3.75%, a tail risk that he may cut. The more interesting conversation is when you go out to the December. Now, as I mentioned, we're at 3.5 to 3.75. Look at this. Right? About a 50% chance we stay where we are, 50% chance that we go up 25 basis points, and a little bit of a tail risk that we got 2 to 3 hikes. Yeah, that's what's priced into this market right now. And man, he's going to be under the magnifying glass as inflation, front and center, and the pressure is on to cut from the president, as we all know. All right, we talk a little Roku. Now, this one's interesting that you got Roku. All right, I wonder if they talk about it here. Because, you know, the price that they're talking about here is $160 for Roku. Okay? And Fox is going to buy streaming device maker Roku. $22 billion. Now, you add up, okay, because it's cash and stock. Yeah, they acquired for Tubi for $440 million. Well, this one's going to cost a little bit more money, man. $22 billion. They obtained a $12 billion loan for the transaction. But this thing's not trading at $160, so something's going on here in terms of the possibility of this getting done. You got Roku shares traded at $148. Excuse me. On Friday, has that potential, and yeah, we're back right now, off 1.8% for Roku. Jump around to some of the other streamers. Disney, up 1.8%. Netflix shares, up 1.6%. But yeah, we got the president's birthday yesterday. You got Paramount, Skydance. Seems like they receive the go-ahead from the justice that their acquisition of Warner Brothers is going to go through. But investors are saying, I don't know if we want to buy Warner Brothers, right? You talk about a rise and fall, man. Paramount down 0.3% today and giving up all the gains as we're at $11 pre-market. All right, we jump back to metals. Let's take a look at the volume in gold. Yeah, you really want to see more volume, folks. You know, I like the setup here. We bounce from the October highs, right? You got quality volume at the October highs. You pull back, you test that area. But last week we traded lower, even though we got a bounce late in the week. And today we're at only at 125,000 contracts right now. You jump over to silver. Let's put it on a daily. Yeah, nothing resounding, right? Today could have been a resounding day, man. We got... And the problem is yields aren't easing. The dollar's not easing. You know, you got crude easing. You got markets rejoicing. But yields are near 4.5%, and the dollar is somewhat stuck near 100 right now. Dollar was pushing 93.84. We've been trading higher for almost the whole session in the dollar. But longer term, folks, I like the setup in terms of right back to the October highs. They have tremendous strength at. Same thing for the GDX, right? You gap above that area. And we may have some volatility with Mr. Warsh taking the helm. Okay, nobody knows what he's going to put out there. And we will get a glimpse of that on Wednesday at 2 o'clock. We'll air that press conference live right here on TFNN, folks. SpaceX. One Rocket Road, Starbase, Texas. Gotta love that address, man. Just like that, we're at 2.5 trillion, folks. 2.5 trillion, just like that. Some of these companies, what's Amazon at? SpaceX is about to eclipse Amazon. Be careful out there, folks. When you're trading momentum equities that are based on momentum, it goes both ways. You gotta love the volatility, but it goes both ways. SpaceX up by $28, about to eclipse Amazon for market capitalization. S&P's up by 125. One more segment. We'll come right back, folks.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter. A must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN. Educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. S&P's up by 1.7. NASDAQ, the highlight of the day, those chip stocks. NASDAQ 100 up by 3%, 30,849. The Dow makes a record high. We back off from those highs throughout the day, but you're talking about a record up by more than 1%. The Russell. And the Russell gave it up a bit, though. Look at the decline. Russell was trading lower all day. Okay, maybe this is a story of yields, right? Sometimes those smaller cap stocks more prone to yield volatility. And you're talking about, what is that? 14 points, 38 points off of the highs? Quite a pullback, but still positive by 0.7%. Crude down 4.2% right now, but as I talked about, yields. We're just back to where we were Friday at 8 in the morning on yields. We're right back to where we were after the initial thrust higher on Thursday. And we're only 10, 11 ticks higher than where we were Wednesday. You compare that to what the market's done since Wednesday. Yeah, S&Ps are up 250 points. But the VIX, no sign of fear whatsoever, 16.11. And we got a short trading week. We got Juneteenth. So the market closed for that holiday. And yeah, Friday, June 19th. So the market will be closed as we get a little bit of selling coming in for the final few minutes. S&Ps, I say a little bit, folks. The most ever littlest, right? NASDAQ 100 up by 2.95%. And when you get the big dogs trading like this, folks, NVIDIA up by 3.5%. And hey, you know, think about it. SpaceX has the same market capitalization as Amazon now. And this is an equity that's moving 20% a day. Be careful, okay? And make sure the money you're trading, folks, that, I mean, this thing is just going to be, it's a growth equity that's 6 years in the future. So you're going to jump $10, $20 like it's nothing on an equity. Pretty remarkable. Quite a day in the markets, folks. S&P's finishing up 120 points. Folks, thanks so much for tuning in, spending your time right here. Time, the one thing we don't get back. Couldn't appreciate it more. Couldn't do what I do without you out there, folks. Have a great night. Have a safe night. Enjoy it with your friends, your family. We'll see you tomorrow, folks. Have a great night, folks.
Building wealth